Hey, what's going on, V fam? Paul Scott here. Wanted to drop a quick tip of the night on you guys, but first and foremost, wanted to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers here at our Vipassana family, and special shout out to you, Mama V. Again, happy Mother's Day to you. Hope you had a great one. But getting into the tip of the day a little bit, guys, I actually just had a call a couple days ago with our president, Brett Boucher, and man, I'll tell you, the way this guy's brain works, it's crazy. It's absolutely mind blown. And he was just sharing some of the things he studied, and we were talking about, he was teaching me a little bit about the mind and how it works. And he taught me how the mind, and studying the mind and how that works and applying that into your life, and not just your life but also your business, it'll change everything for you. And that's something that really turned things around for him. So I really started to dig into that. I started to find ways of different things about how the brain works, and try to think of how I could apply that into my business. And I realized something that was really holding me back was kind of that voice in the back of your head, right? That voice where there's a guy walking down the street, and instead of approaching him and saying, you know what, I'm going to strike up a conversation about his shoes and how great they are, then I'm going to, ask him what he does. He's going to ask me what I do. I'm going to say, hey, I just launched a company. I'm going to grab his number and I'm going to walk away and give him a call later and, explain the vision of Vipassana, right? Instead of having that mentality, you go, well, I mean, he's on the phone, so he's a little busy. I probably shouldn't, I shouldn't disrupt him. It's kind of rude. Or, he's walking fast. It would just be weird if I made this turn and cut him off. And, trying to have a conversation would, it's probably not worth it. He's probably not interested, right? He's in a rush. Your brain comes up with all these different things about why you shouldn't approach this guy. Or maybe even it's one of your best friends that maybe you were a part of a previous company, and one of your best friends that turned down your last company, or maybe somebody that you're like, network marketing probably isn't for them, right? You come up with all these excuses on why you shouldn't approach that person and tell them about your opportunity, tell them about Vipassana and everything that we have going on and why you're so freaking excited, right? And so I thought about, that's something that was definitely holding me back. So how, what's something I could do to change that? And, so what I started to look into was classical conditioning. And actually there's this, experimenter, psychologist, his name was Ivan Pavlov, and, hope I pronounce his first name right, but, Pavlov, and he did this experiment of classical conditioning called, with some dogs. They call them Pavlov's dogs. And a lot of you guys may have heard this story, you might not have, but, I'll just kind of break it down for you guys. So the brain, makes neurological associations between, smells, sounds, events, and just makes these connections. And, it's something that you really can't stop. It does it on its own, right? So what he did was he had these dogs and he gave them some food. Right. First, he gave the dogs food. Obviously, when he put the food out in front of them, their mouths started to water, right? They started to salivate. They got excited, right? And then he was like, okay, so that's a response that food triggers, right? Food equals, the dog salivating. Okay. And then he said, I wonder if this whistle or this bell will have the same reaction, right? So he just blew the whistle. No salivation from the dogs. Okay, so it was obviously the food that was, triggering that salivation. Okay, salivation. And so what he did was he took the food, and every time that he started to feed the dogs, he also blew the whistle. And then the dogs started to associate the whistle with, oh, there's food coming. Okay, now he blows the whistle, there's no food in sight, but the dogs start to salivate. Right? Their brains made that neurological association between the whistle and the food, right? So hence classical conditioning, right? So how does that apply into our business? So one of the things I did, and you can notice here, I'm wearing this cool bracelet, and you can also do this with a rubber band. But one of the things I did was trying to make associations with pain and not taking advantage of opportunity. So let me explain. Remember that first example where there's the guy walking down the street and you're kind of fighting with yourself about whether you should approach him or not, right? So of course the voice in the back of your mind telling you he's too busy, you probably shouldn't do it, right? That voice wins. Okay, so the guy gets away, he walks away. Now you just missed an opportunity because he could have loved everything about Vipassana and he would have, set up a meeting with you tonight and gotten enrolled, right? So you completely missed out on that opportunity. So what you do is you go, wow, I definitely messed up there. I missed an opportunity. So you take this bracelet that you're wearing, and you pull it back pretty far, ow, and you snap it. And I know it sounds pretty stupid, right? But what you're doing, you snap the bracelet, you're hurting yourself, you're creating pain, and now your brain makes that association between pain and missing opportunity, right? So now your friend that you're afraid to approach, you know, you say, all right, I'm going to definitely give this guy a call today. Whatever happens, happens. If he's interested, great. If he's not, oh, well, you know, I'm going to do it today. And, you know, that little part of your brain says, oh, well, you know, I got this to do. I got that. And he's probably not that interested, right? The brain, that little voice wins again, right? So you don't give your friend a call by the end of the day. Well, guess what? As you're going to bed, you pull back the bracelet, and you snap yourself again. And again, that is the brain making that association between pain and missed opportunity. And now you automatically, every time, it literally, it physically hurts to miss opportunity. And now every time, you know, you see a guy walking down the street, the second your brain says, maybe I could talk to him about Vipassana, you're not even going to give it a second thought. You're going to walk straight up to that guy and find something to talk to him about, so you don't have to go snapping yourself. And you know, that's something really cool, like I said, about the brain and the neural pathways, and, you know, how it makes those connections and associations. So that was definitely something that helped me, you know, kind of get over some of my fears about, you know, approaching some of my friends, because I'll tell you, I got pretty tired of snapping myself very quickly, and I started to take advantage of every opportunity out there. So guys, that's my tip of the day for you guys. I really hope this helps, and like I said, all you need is a rubber band, or, you know, hair tie, whatever you got, and just start wearing those. And like I said, snapping yourself whenever you're missing opportunity, and, you know, it'll definitely make a huge change in your mindset, in your business, and it'll make a change in what you say to yourself, you know, that self-talk, you know, when those type of situations come up. So again, guys, I hope this tip of the day really helps you guys out, and I'll see you on the next video.